Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is stellabeautytarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who've been booking readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So guys, your girl's Patreon channel is up and running. So if you would like to support your girl, you'll be able to find a link in the description box below. I do post 2 exclusive videos per week, so go check it out if you feel called to. So guys, before we dive in, if you've been loving the energy here, I have created a collection of spiritual ebooks and printable workbooks to help you along your journey. From manifestation rituals to love journal prompts, these tools are designed to help you align, heal, and rise. You'll be able to find a link in the description box below or on my Patreon channel under the shop tab. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video is going to be about how does your manager slash boss perceives you. So pile number 1, you're going to be the owl eraser. Pile number 2, you're going to be the unicorn eraser. And pile number 3, the panda eraser. So again, pile number 1, owl eraser. Pile number 2, unicorn eraser. And pile number 3, panda eraser. So pause this video if you must and meditate on the card or the eraser that you feel most drawn to. You'll be able to find your timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you guys at your pile. Hi Pawan! Welcome to my channel. This is stellabeautytarot back at you again with another video. So my pal number 1, you picked the owl eraser, and this is going to be your reading, okay? So if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you back. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way that I like to do this is like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous spell or previous readings, okay? So my pal number 1, how does your manager slash boss perceives you? How does your manager slash boss perceives you? What do we have here? Ooh, we have the 5 of Cups. There's like sadness here, because 5 of Cups is like an energy of regret, sorrow. It also speaks of like, you know, crying over spilled milk, right? So, I don't know, like, is your relationship with your boss not up to par, or is there like some sort of misunderstanding? I feel like there's friction here between you and your boss, but there's some sort of sadness or sorrow coming from your boss. There's some sort of regret. Okay, maybe they said something to you or they treated you a specific way, and maybe it changed the atmosphere of the workplace where you guys are not really seeing eye to eye, or like there's some sort of rift here with the 5 of Cups that they may regret, because they could have been like the one who initiated the riff, right? But there's definitely regret. They're watching you closely, especially with the owl. They could be keeping a close eye on you. Maybe they're worried that you might quit or something. How does your boss manager perceives you? Yeah, distancing yourself, like you're keeping to yourself with the Hermit card. Okay, they're worried. They're afraid that you might give your 2 weeks notice. That's what I'm getting here with the 5 of Cups, because I feel like you guys may have gotten to some sort of like argument or disagreement. It could have been like public, where they may have said something to you in front of everybody else, like the whole team or something, like in a team meeting. and maybe like, you know, it was kind of like embarrassing, they shouldn't have done that. They know there's some sort of regret, they know they did something wrong. How does your boss slash manager perceives you? Yeah, world card. They definitely perceiving you as like letting something go, closing out a cycle, keeping to yourself, okay, being more quiet than usual with the hermit card. Like you're keeping to yourself, you're not really um like engaging in conversation with your manager, especially if you are in the office. If it's like remotely, it's even worse. Like I feel like their mind is racing, because if it's like you work remotely, you don't see each other often, right? It's only through like meetings and stuff like that, so that's the only way they get to see you. But if you go into the office, or if you work in the type of job where you have to go into the location, then they get to see you. So there could be some sort of distance where you only engage your manager if you have to talk to them, but other than that, you keep it very cordial, or you keep your distance. That's what I'm getting here with the world card and the hermit card. How does your manager perceive you? How does your manager boss? Yeah, two of pentacles. Your boss, your manager, they definitely perceive you as like juggling multiple responsibilities, but also juggling multiple offers, okay, or options, okay. Like they feel like you're weighing out your options here when it comes to them, when it comes to the job, and they're, I'm telling you, they're worried. The five of cups tells me that they're extremely worried about you leaving, you taking your I heard your resources, which is your time, your energy, and your skills elsewhere. So how does your manager slash boss perceive you, my file number one? Wow, Ace of Swords. They definitely perceive you as somebody who speaks your truth. You are honest in your communication, very direct. And this could have been like something that quite intimidated this person. Maybe you told some sort of truth in the team meeting, or like some, like, you know how sometimes like some companies or some teams, they have like morning hurdles, huddles. I'm like huddles in the morning, right before you start the day, just to assign specific task, or just talk about the goal for the day, especially if you work in retail, right? So I'm getting like something like that is happening, and something like that happened, and then maybe in the meeting you told some sort of truth, and that could have like put your manager on the spot, and then they responded negatively. That's what I'm getting here. So how does your manager perceives you? Yeah, we have the 10 of cups. They definitely perceive you as a team player, or they perceive you as somebody who brings a lot to the table with the 10 of cups, because I feel like a lot of you, like your team, your co-workers, your colleagues, especially if you guys work on the same team, they really enjoy working with you. You make people feel like at home, or you make people feel comfortable. There's harmony when you are around, or when you are working, especially if you're working in at a specific location where you have to go into the office, or you have to go into the workplace, okay? You make people feel comfortable. That's why your manager's kind of scared that they might lose you. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? Ooh, okay. 9 of Pentacles. They definitely perceive you as like high standards. You definitely set the standards for your other colleagues. Like people definitely see you as a leader, self-starter, initiator, okay, self-sufficient with the 9 of Pentacles. They definitely perceive you as somebody who is prestigious, elegant with the 9 of Pentacles. That you could like, they know you're a boss, they know you could find another job like instantly, because of the skill sets and the talent that you bring to the table with the 9 of Pentacles. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? We have the Page of Cups. They definitely perceive you as somebody who's very in tune with your emotions, very sensitive to your environment. Your manager, they know that, not that like they hurt your feelings, but they know that they step on a boundary. They could not step on a boundary wall. They crossed a boundary with you. They know that. Okay. That's why, like, I feel like they're kind of like uncomfortable right now, because they know that they're in the wrong. But your manager may have like an ego, so they may not want to apologize. Like, this is somebody who may like want to just, like, it's not that they want to sweep it under the rug, but they want to ease the way into like you're back into the connection with you without having to say sorry. But they know it's not gonna fly with you. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Yeah, Six of Swords, as like, you know, moving on, and mentally disengaging. That's what I'm getting here with the Six of Swords. That's how they perceive you right now. Like you're mentally disengaged. You're not entertaining this connection. You're upset with them. Like they know that. They know that this, like, you're not as bubbly as you were before. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Wow. Ooh, Eight of Swords. They're definitely stressed. Your manager's stressed out. They're afraid that you might be, like, I'm telling you, that's their main concern, that you might quit because of what happened, because of how they spoke to you. They lost their temper. Maybe they yelled or they said something that was very harsh, that was very mean in front of everybody else. It's like, yo, you didn't have to do that. You could have just taken me to the side and tell me what's up. But you know, that's why you're the manager. There's a reason why, like, you know, people they don't understand, like, you know, management position, you have to have a certain emotional intelligence to you. Like it's good to know how to do the job and manage people, but you also have to understand emotions. Like you can't just talk to people crazy, especially in front of others, and think that it's okay just because you're a manager. No, that's not how it works. Okay. And this person, I feel like they're getting a reality check, your manager. So how does your boss, your manager perceives you? Ace of Wands. They definitely perceive you as somebody who's very creative, extremely passionate, okay, somebody who's very driven. They know that you're someone who takes action, you take initiative. You don't need to be told what to do. You take the necessary actions to pursue your goals or to make something happen for you with the Ace of Wands. But they're also a little bit intimidated by your power, by your passion, and by your drive with the Ace of Wands. How does your boss, manager perceive you? Ooh, guys, I can't make it up. Eight of Cups. We have Six of Swords and Eight of Cups. These two cards speaks of, like, you know, like Six of Swords is like mental release, like moving on mentally, and then the Eight of Cups is emotionally walking away, leaving something behind that doesn't serve you. That's how your boss perceives you right now. They are afraid that you're going to be like deuces and give you 2 weeks notice and just leave. Okay, they're scared. They know, like, they perceive you as emotionally withdrawn and mentally disengaged, and that's a dangerous combination when like you have a top performer that's mentally disengaged and emotionally like unavailable or not in as invested. That tells you, that's a red flag. That means this person's like mentally, like they're disengaged. That means they're thinking about like their next move. They're thinking about like, okay, like how I'm gonna leave this job. Like this is what I'm getting here. How does your boss, manager perceives you? Yeah. Oh my gosh, the Fool card. They perceive you like you're about to take a leap of faith elsewhere. I'm telling you guys, they think that you're about to quit. Some of you, it could be true. Maybe you are about to quit. Maybe you're like fed up with this manager. Maybe this is not the first time they did that, right? Maybe it's a habit. And now you got like you're fed up with this person. You're like, yo, I'm like your punching bag, right? This is what I'm getting here. Like they perceive you as like wanting to take a leap of faith elsewhere. Maybe this person, I don't know, maybe like this manager is like stalking you through the meetings. It's not the meetings, like, I don't know if you guys knew that, but like they could track your movements or what you do on like Teams and stuff like that. Like if they go to the IT, they could track all the stuff that you do, or even like, I don't know if they could log in to read your messages and stuff like that. I know afterwards they can with the IT, but I don't know while you're there. But I think like your manager is like watching you or trying to keep tabs on like what you're doing in at work on the browser and stuff like that. So just be mindful if you are searching for work, don't do it on your work computer, okay? That's what I'm getting here. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? How does your manager slash boss perceives you? We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, emotionally in tuned. Like you handle this, like this situation very well, emotionally very well with the Queen of Cups. They definitely perceives you as emotionally intelligent. Okay, street smart. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? We have the Six of Cups. Yeah, like they definitely perceive you as somebody who's genuine with the Six of Cups, somebody who is pure hearted. Like they know that you didn't deserve the way that they treated you. How does your manager slash boss perceive you? 10 of Wands. They definitely perceive you as a challenge. It's like they want to be able to laugh, ha 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 ha, like, you know, as if like nothing happened and go back to like how it used to be. But it's not happening. Like they know what they have to do. They know that they have to open their mouth and say sorry or like really genuinely apologize, but they don't want to do that. This person is stubborn and they are um like prideful, and that's going to be their downfall. Like, you know, as a manager, you're supposed to know how to say sorry. Like what the heck? Like if you can't even say sorry, like how are you in a management position? Like you make mistakes where you're human, like it happens, but like I feel like this person is like ongoing. It's not the first time they've done this, and you're not the first person that they've done this to, but their pride is too big, their ego is too big. They're not gonna apologize, and they find you very challenging with the 10 of Wands because you're not gonna back down. Like you're not gonna come kiss nobody's butt because they're a manager, or you're not gonna just let things slide just because they're a manager. If they owe you an apology and they owe you some they show you some respect, they're gonna have to, and they know that. Okay, they know that in order to repair the relationship between the two of you, they're gonna have to come correct. If they don't come correct, I'm gonna like, you're gonna leave. You're already thinking about it. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? Ooh, guys, 5 of Cups. I'm telling you, they are embarrassed. How does your manager perceive you? How does your boss manager perceive you? How does your boss manager? We have the 6 of Wands, but it's in reverse. It's not that you're victorious, that you're not victorious, but the 6 of Wands in reverse is like falling from grace, okay? Yeah, but they don't perceive you as falling from grace, but they perceive this whole situation between the two of you is like the breakdown. It's like the beginning of a breakdown of a connection between you and them. They're very sad. But that's the thing, like I said, they're not trying to apologize. They just want you to sweep it under the rug and then let it slide. And you're like, no, we're not gonna do this. You embarrass me in front of everybody, and then you don't even want to say sorry. Like, bye. So how does your manager boss perceives you? And even an apology is not enough, right? Because it's like, yo, you're doing something, like you're apologizing, but are you going to change your behavior? Like, are you going to do it again? Like, that's what I'm getting here. How does your manager slash boss? Yeah, 4 of Wands. Like, this person is trying to buy, like, I just heard something in Haitian Creole, acheter figure, like meaning they want to buy your face, like they want to, um, it's like acheter figure is like as if like somebody's trying to bribe you, or like trying to like get you to lower your guards, and they're trying to buy you basically. Okay, like this is what I'm getting here with the 4 of Wands, because they definitely perceive you as somebody who's very stable, somebody who brings a lot to the table. You're very resourceful. Okay, you're definitely valuable here. They see your value, but this person, like this boss, they don't want to just admit that they're wrong, because they feel like if they do that, it makes them weak. And it's like, boy, bye. Like, you don't even like, do you even know why you're a manager? Like, how did you even get the management position? Like, this is like questionable. Well, how does your boss perceive you? How does your boss manager perceives you? We have the Page of Swords. Ooh, they perceive you as somebody who's very observant as well with the Page of Swords, because they're watching you closely. They see you as somebody who's very observant, very methodical as well. How does your manager boss perceives you? Yeah, we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, like you, the people that you work with, like your, like a lot of your colleagues, they really enjoy working with you. You're a pleasure to work with the page, with the Knight of Cups. Okay, very charming. How does your manager perceive you? We have the Hangman. Somebody who's different. They know that you're different. Like they know that they cannot operate the same way that they operate with others with you. Okay, like I said, if they want to apologize, like if they want this connection to, if they want to repair this connection with you, this business, this work relationship with you, they're gonna have to do something different. They can't do the same thing that they do with other people and expect it to work with you. They know that. Like that's why they find you like challenging with the 10 of Wands. How does your manager slash boss, 7 of Pentacles? Yeah, They view you as somebody they perceive you as somebody who's very patient, okay, somebody who's dedicated, somebody who's very meticulous as well. That's why they don't want to lose you. They know that your value is irreplaceable. Four of Cups, missed opportunity. Yeah, they definitely perceive you as being disengaged. Like, I feel like this is them. They're trying to offer you a cup, like they're trying to apologize, but not without apologizing. They want to come back in, and you're like, no. That's how they perceive you, as like disengaged. How does your boss manager perceive you? How does your boss manager perceive you? Oh, there's a card already flipped over. Oh, High Priestess. They definitely perceive you as being very spiritual, very in tune. They're like a little bit intimidated by your intuition with the High Priestess here. You could be a Cancer. We have Cancer, we have Virgo, we have Pisces, we have Aries. Okay, you could be any of those signs. Don't have to be. Okay. And if you are a Virgo and it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Okay, I apologize if I didn't say it earlier, but happy birthday. Okay. So that's all I have for you, my pal number one. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number one. Bye. Hi, pal two. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Tarot back at you again with another video. So my pal number two, you picked the unicorn eraser. And this is going to be your reading, okay? So if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you back. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way that I like to do this is like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous pile or previous readings, okay? So my pal number two. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? How does your manager slash boss perceives you? Ooh, 5 of Wands. Your boss sees you as competition. Your boss is afraid that you might take their position. Your boss is trying to keep you at the same level. They're purposely not giving you projects or tasks that is going to make you visible to higher management, like senior management, like the C-suite or something. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to keep you at, like, they want you to keep doing that. Task or projects or any endeavor at work or any thing that you need to do that is just like mundane, right? That doesn't put you in the forefront or like show visibility to the right people that may hire you for a higher position. They are afraid that you might surpass them. Your manager, like, do whatever you got to do, my pal number two, to go to another department, or like, even if you have to quit this job, find another way, because this manager does not want you to advance. You don't want to stay stuck or stagnant in your career. They don't want you to advance. Like, there's no, like, if you stay under them, you're not going to get a promotion. They're not going to promote you because they're afraid of your abilities, your talent. They know that you could do their job better than they can. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Yeah, they perceive you as somebody who's innovative, somebody who's futuristic, like you're bold, you take initiative. They don't really like that. They want you to stay put because, like, your manager takes credit for your work. That's what I'm getting here. They take credit for your work, okay? This is like a manager that, like, whenever they have, like, because you know how the managers, they have their own manager, right? So whenever they have to do like Q4 or Q3 reporting, right? And they have to bring their numbers and see how the department is doing, and then they talk about department like initiatives and stuff like that, they don't mention the work that you do. They make it seem like it's all them. So you make your manager look good. So if they were to shed some light on you and your responsibilities and what you do for the team, they're going to lose credibility, or they're going to lose their position, or they're not going to be seen as what's the word, not relevant, but as there's a the word is not coming to me, but they feel like they're not going to be as significant if they were to acknowledge the work that you do for the department. Like they're pretty much taking credit for you, saying that it's them doing the work or coming up with the ideas with the Ace of Wands, and then they're giving it to their manager and it makes them look good. Stop telling your manager your initiative, like your innovative ideas with the Three of Wands. Don't tell them anymore. You know how they have, sometimes they have meetings like, oh, how do you think the department could do better? What are the ideas? This person is trying to collect your ideas so that way they could go and bring it to their manager, their senior, the VPs and stuff like that, in order to get promoted. They're going to get elevated. They're going to keep getting promoted off of your own work. That's what I'm getting here. This manager is like your ops. Like this is what I'm getting here. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Wow, the Tower. Ooh, unpredictable. There's more to you than meets the eye. So when they initially hired you, because I feel like this is the manager that hired you, when they initially hired you, they felt like, oh, like, you know, they may have judged you based on your appearance and maybe your background, okay? Like, and they may have felt like, oh yeah, like yeah, they hired you to make themselves feel good, like because they thought that you were less than you actually were. Now they're seeing your true potential with the Tower, and they're shook. How does your manager slash boss perceive you? How does your manager slash boss perceive you? We have the Temperance. Yeah, like you're calm, cool, and collected. You're definitely innovative. Okay, you're optimistic. You bring you're futuristic. That's something that your boss doesn't really like about you, because your ideas, maybe you work for a company that's very futuristic, forward thinking, innovative. Maybe they incorporate AI into their application or something. So any company that incorporates AI, they're futuristic. They're thinking about, like, you know, they're trying to grow with technology. They're not trying to stay stagnant. So this is amazing, right? So you may have like very futuristic ideas. Maybe you're I'm gonna like, you could be an Aquarius, so you might like have like those futuristic ideas, and then your manager stealing your ideas. Basically, that's what I'm getting here. Like, stop telling them your business, like your ideas, like your amazing ideas on how to improve the product. Do not tell them. Go directly to the source. So if you know the product manager, the product owner, or the VP of technology, go directly to them and give your ideas to them, because then you're cutting off the middleman, which is your manager. So how does your manager boss perceives you? Yeah, Nine of Cups. Ooh, it's in reverse. You're not wish fulfillment. You're not who they thought you were going to be. They thought you were going to stroke their ego, and now you're crushing their ego. They don't really like that. They're mm-mm. It's not that you're not wish fulfillment. Like, you have everything that they would want to have, like personality wise, ideas, creativity, but they don't have that. That's what the Nine of Cups is in reverse. It's like disappointment, because you turn out to be better than they actually thought you were, and now they feel like their position is being threatened. Okay. How does your manager? Yeah, we have Justice, Libra, and energy. Yeah, you have high integrity. You do the right thing. I feel like you've never called out your manager on what they're doing. Maybe some of you may have noticed that, like, you know how, like, you know, especially if you work in technology, you know how they always have like weekly newsletters, or like, let's say if they have some new features, product features, and then they announce it internally with their newsletter. Maybe you saw like in the newsletter that one of your ideas was implemented, but then it's your manager who took credit, and you're like, what the heck? And with the Justice card, like, you handle it very gracefully. That's how your manager perceives you, but they know that you're clocking them. Yeah, we have the Chariot, Cancer energy card. We have two cardinal signs, so very driven. You're a self-starter, initiator, and you're versatile, and you're very structured. That's what I'm getting here. And your manager doesn't really like that, because you have all the qualification characteristics of a manager. Okay, especially if you wanted to go into project management, you have all the characteristics, and you also have maybe like you're studying to get your certification to become a project manager, or like whatever it is that you're studying for. Like your manager knows like you're very driven and structured. That's something that they're very scared of. Like they don't really like that. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Ooh, you're a manager. I don't like this one. I'm telling you, pile number 2, if it resonates with you, try to find a way to go to another department. Like, find another, like, if you can, try, because this manager does not want you to grow, because it's going to make them look bad. Like the truth is going to come out, right? Because if you start to grow, if you start to speak directly to the VPs of technology or the CTO, okay, the chief technology officer, if you go directly to them with your ideas, they're going to see like, oh, whoa, so the whole time we thought it was like, the manager, but it was really you. You're like, they're going to elevate you because they want to see, like, they need you. Those people, they actually need you because they want your ideas, they want you to help. And it's like where you are right now, the position that you have right now is not the right position for you. You're meant to be in something like an elevated position, but your manager doesn't want you to elevate. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? We have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, they definitely see you as like a great partner to the company. Like to them, not so, because the 9 of Cups is in reverse, but they see you as somebody who fits well within the company. That's why I'm gonna like you should be elevating. If you've been in this job for more than 2 years and there's no talk of promotion, you're wasting your time. This manager is dragging you down. They're wasting your time because you should have been promoted within the first 2 years of your employment at this job, because you have the qualification. You are a great fit. You are the type of talent that this company is looking for with the 2 of Cups. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? Ooh, they're stressed. You make them nervous. Ooh, you're applying pressure. This manager is very stressed out. Like you're like basically a diamond. Like, when the company is looking for talent, new people, new ideas, you're the person that they're looking for. However, because you're being hidden, you're being, suppressed by your manager, they're not seeing you. They could be hiring other talents outside of from outside the company, not knowing that they already have a beautiful talent within the company. That's why we have the 2 of Cups. You are in alignment with this company, especially if it's like technology. I keep getting like technology for you, my pile number 2. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? I can't make it up. 10 of Pentacles, I can't make it up. They see you as like this is like long-term success, a legacy building, valuable. You are valuable, my pal number 2. Your manager knows that. That's why they see you as competition. Like, if they were to, like, let's say if you were to quit your job and then go to another like technology company, like, you would be excelling. And then let's say if you're like the VPs and stuff like that were to find out that you left, and then they find out that it's because of this manager, they didn't want you to see, like they didn't want to see you accelerate or excel in the company, like this manager will probably get fired. Okay, they will be pissed because you're valuable. How does your manager perceive you? How does your manager boss perceives you? Yeah, Fool card. Like, you bring fresh new idea. You're extremely innovative, eccentric. That's how they perceive you. How does your boss? Yes. Didn't I say Aquarius? I can't make it up. Didn't I say Aquarius, guys? The Star. You're innovative. Your manager knows that. You have creative ideas. You're like, not only are you like the Star, you're innovative, you're authentic, you're original. Like, your ideas are futuristic. They don't like that. The thing is, this manager is going to get caught up. You know why? Because they steal your ideas. That's fine, but how are they going to implement it? It was never their ideas to begin with. You're the brain in the operation with the Star card. Only you could execute that idea. Only you could showcase, like, reverse engineer it and show the step by step on how to get there. So when the times comes for them to implement, they're gonna be stuck. They're gonna get caught up in their lives. Oh my god, this manager is something else. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? You see, 9 of Cups, like, you have everything that they would wish to have. That's why they're insecure about, like, when it comes to you. That's why they're the Nine of Cups is like how they feel like about you and what you got. Nine of Cups, I'm telling you. How does your manager slash boss perceives you? Two of Swords. Yeah, they're trying to dismiss you or disengage or not see you for the value that you bring to the table with the Ten of Pentacles, but they cannot keep up the facade. Like, eventually it's going to come off. Like, either someone is going to discover you, or you're going to be seen for who you truly are. Okay, that's something. Like, if you know who the VP of technology is, the CTO, the product manager, the product owner, go directly to them. Sorry about that, my pal number two. So as I was saying, yeah, go directly to the VP of technology, because these are the people that are going to make the decisions. And if they know that you have all these amazing ideas and you know how to execute or implement those ideas, do you really think that they're going to keep you at the position that you're at right now? No, they're going to promote you. They're going to be like, yo, we need this. We need this person on our team. So this is what your manager is trying to block. Okay. So how does your manager, boss, yeah, King of Pentacles? I'm telling you, they know that you have management, is like management skills and talents with the King of Pentacles. You're grounded. Okay, you have this silent power about you, silent strength about you with the King of Pentacles. How does your boss manager perceives you? Six of Wands. Six of Wands, victorious, a successful, abundant. That's how your manager perceives you, as somebody who is destined for like success and abundance. With the Six of Wands, you're destined to be in the spotlight. You're, like I said, you're not meant to be at the bottom or at an entry level or like a subordinate level, or like, as support. Like, you're not meant to be a support. You're meant to be in an executive position with the King of Pentacles. That's where you're meant to be. You have the skill sets, you have the talent, you got what it takes, and your manager knows that. You have like the skill sets and talent to become your manager's manager. They don't want that. That's what they're trying to prevent. But like, it's going to happen. Okay, so how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Pile number two, I can't make it up. Five of Wands. They perceive you as a challenge, as a threat. You are a threat to their position, but they know that they cannot fire you because they need you. That's the dilemma that your boss is in. They know that if they fire you, productivity is going to plummet. And if it plummets, they're going to have to answer to their bosses and be like, yo, okay, well, because already they said it was them doing all the work. So why did the productivity went down after you let go of somebody? So it's like, if they let go of you, their manager is going to start questioning them, right, for productivity. And if it's like if it goes back to HR, they investigate and they find out that they let you go, and they notice that comparing to the timeline when you were there and when you're gone, the productivity went down, and they're going to realize that they let go of a high performer, a key team player. They're going to get in trouble, because like, companies don't like to lose like great talents, especially if it's going to affect productivity. Like, why would they want to do that? Because hiring new talent takes time, right? Because you have to train people, you have to, like, obviously you have to hire them. Hiring process, it takes time. Like, nobody got time for that, right? Like, especially in this economy, like, the last thing they want to do is lose money. So like that's what I'm getting. Like, your boss is in a dilemma. Instead of like just swallowing their pride and just like, put their pride aside and their ego aside, they're trying to play games. So how does your boss slash manager perceives you? Just one card, please, Spirit. Yeah, you see, they view you as the King of Wands. They view you as somebody who is bold, somebody who has amazing leadership qualities, somebody who is powerful, and that's threatening to your boss. We have the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. These two together is a beautiful combination when it comes to business, when it comes to like leadership, okay? When it comes to like implementing new ideas. If the King of Swords was here, even better. And the King of Cups, that's like, what? Emperor energy, okay? Like, what? Like, your manager does not like your confidence. How does your boss manager perceives you? Yeah, we have the Page of Swords. They're definitely watching you very closely. They definitely perceive you as somebody who is highly intelligent, somebody who's very curious, who asks a lot of questions, the right questions. How does your boss manager perceives you? We have the Hangman. They definitely perceive you as somebody who's different, hard to pin down, hard, like they're having a hard time understanding you because you're, like I said, you're so original and so authentic. How does your boss slash manager perceive you? King of Pentacles again, guys. I can't make it up. I'm telling you. A grounded, very resourceful, valuable individual, independent. How does your boss perceive you? We have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, like somebody who has the ability to juggle multiple responsibilities, but they also perceive you as somebody who's very, like, who's multi-talented here. How does your boss, how does your boss slash manager perceive you? Six of Swords. Yeah, like I feel like they perceive you as somebody who is not mentally disengaged with the Six of Swords, because Six of Swords could be moving on, but you're somebody who's always like moving forward. Like you don't stay stuck, you don't stay stagnant in your thinking. That's why I'm getting like futuristic energy. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Guys, Ten of Pentacles. That's what fell on the floor. Ten of Pentacles again. Valuable. They know that you bring a lot to the table, and they know that they will be foolish if they were to fire you for no just cause. They know that they would get in trouble. That's why they're trying to keep you small or suppress you. Ace of Pentacles, guys. I'm telling you. I don't like this manager. This is the type of manager that drains you. Okay? So that's all I have for you, my pal number 2. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number 2. Bye. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to my channel. This is stellabeautytarot back at you again with another video. So my pal number 3, you picked the Panda Eraser. And this is going to be your reading, okay? So if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you back. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way that I like to do this is like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous pile or previous readings, okay? So my pile number 3. How does your manager, boss slash boss perceives you? How does your manager slash boss perceives you? How does he perceive you? King of Swords. Ooh. Your boss could be a little bit intimidated by you. Your mindset with the King of Swords, they view you as somebody who's very wise, because if you look at the illustration, there's 2 owls, okay? You have a lot of wisdom. You could be book smart and street smart. That's how your manager perceives you. Okay, extremely articulate, a great communicator with the King of Swords, very mentally sharp, mentally agile. You could be an air sign, don't have to be, okay, or you could have air in your chart, maybe your moon or something, or like your rising, but extremely articulate. That's how your boss perceives you, like your manager. How does your, I heard mentally stimulating. So they like to engage in conversations with you. Ooh, we have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. So they definitely perceive you as a great team player. If you have not been promoted yet, your manager is thinking about promoting you into like a team lead position with the Temperance card, okay? Like you definitely have great leadership qualities. You know how to lead within the team without the title. You know how to take initiative. You know how to handle yourself in difficult, challenging, I heard stakeholder engagement. Okay, some stakeholders, you know how they can be difficult and they don't want to listen. So I'm getting like you may like know how to handle them with care and professionalism. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? How does your manager slash boss? Six of Swords. Yeah, they definitely perceive you as somebody who's forward thinking with the Six of Swords. Sorry about that, my pal. Number three. So as I was saying, with the Six of Swords, they definitely view you as somebody who's futuristic, somebody who's forward thinking with the Six of Swords. That's why they like to engage in conversations with you with the Six of Swords. Okay, there's definitely an energy of like you moving, like this is why they want to promote you to team lead, because you inspire other people in the workplace to think ahead, to process things in a way that is different from what the current situation is. So like you are a problem solver. That's how your manager perceives you. That's why they feel like you would be a great with the team lead promotion. How does your manager slash boss perceive you? How does your manager slash boss perceives you? Ooh, Queen of Wands. They definitely perceive you as somebody who is bold, somebody who's confident. That's why they see you as a leader with the Queen of Wands, somebody who takes charge, somebody who takes initiatives without having to be told or without having to be asked to take initiative with the Queen of Wands. Okay, you take on challenges and obstacles, like you handle the obstacles, especially like I was talking about the clients that are difficult, the stakeholders that are difficult. You know how to handle that with the Queen of Wands. How does your boss manager perceive you? Yeah, innovative with the Three of Wands. You take initiative, you're bold. This is one thing that they really enjoy or really like about you with the Three of Wands and the Queen of Wands. That's why they're thinking about promoting you very soon. So just be on the lookout for that. Like they will call you into the office and like ask you if how do you feel about leading the team or like with the promotion. They're going to tell you that because they really enjoy like leaving you in charge of certain tasks. Like maybe they're gonna start like adding a more task for you to do, or more leading opportunities for you to partake in with the Three of Wands, because they view you as somebody who is moving in the right direction, somebody who is in alignment with the company's values. Okay, with the Three of Wands. How does your manager boss slash boss perceives you? We have the King of Cups. Yeah, emotionally intelligent. Like that's why they're going to promote you, because you work really well with your teammates. You know how to understand emotions. You know how to navigate difficult emotions, especially other people's emotions. Okay, you know how to deal with them. You know how to de-escalate a situation that could have been sticky. Okay, this is what I'm getting here with the King of Wands. The King of Cups, and that's why your manager is really like your manager is very fond of you. Okay, they really like you. How does your manager perceive you? Yeah, we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, they perceive you as somebody who could shoulder great responsibility with care and without complaining. Yes, obviously there's a lot on your plate with the Ten of Wands, but they feel like you could handle it like a pro, and that's why they feel like you deserve the title and the compensation that comes with that title. Like they feel like you've earned your stripes and you need to level up. Okay, like you need to level up within the company. Like you deserve that level up, you deserve that promotion. That's how they feel about you. That's how they perceive you with the Ten of Wands. Okay, how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Ooh, yeah. I'm telling you, didn't I say your boss is very fond of you? They view you, they perceive you as somebody who's very collaborative with the Three of Cups, okay? Somebody who works well with others, somebody who's a great addition, especially if it's like you've been working there for like less than 2 years, like between a year and a half to 2 years, just under the 2 year mark. Like they feel like now it's time for you to level up because you have put in the work, but you also show you also prove to be somebody who not only could do things very like in a proper manner, you follow the rules, you're innovative, but you also how to foster and foster collaboration amongst other team players and other teammates. But I also heard that you know how to work cross functionally with other teams. So let's say for instance like you work in like a company that does a lot of like cross-functional tasks, like where maybe you work with sales or marketing, or you work with the developers, depending on where you are, like in your, like the company that you're in, like you know how to work cross-functionally with other teams and you work really well with them. And this is something that your manager really appreciates about you with the Three of Pentacles, because you make the teamwork so seamless. Like you're like, you work as a liaison between one department to the next, okay? And you do that so like very well that they see you as an asset. That's what I'm getting here. Your manager definitely perceives you as an asset that deserves to be promoted, okay? So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? I can't make it up, guys. I can't. I'm telling you, your manager views you as somebody that they want to keep long term within the company. They don't care if you level up and you go to another department, because they see you as somebody who's a great asset with the Ten of Pentacles. So they want to invest in you. Your manager views you as somebody worth investing in. That's how they perceive you with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, you bring a lot of value with the Ten of Pentacles. You're reliable, you're trustworthy, and this is like a legacy building energy. That's what the Ten of Pentacles is, and that's what they feel like you bring to the table. That's why they want to invest in you, so that way you could go to, like, if you have to pivot and go to another department, they want to help you get there. Like, this is a manager that want to see you win, which is a great thing, because a lot of workplaces, you have some managers that are like envious of their team players because they're afraid that they might take their position or surpass them. This manager that you have, they don't care about that. They want to see you win. They want to see you succeed. They want to create a leader because they see that in you. Well, how does your manager slash boss? I can't make it up. What did I say? Yo, your manager sees you as the emperor. And that's beautiful, because your manager is not threatened. And you know why? Because they're probably an emperor themselves. They real, you know how they say real recognize real? That's what I'm getting from your manager. Boss. That's how they perceive you. They know that you're meant to be in a leadership position. That's why they're investing in you. That's why they're going to give you that promotion, because they know you are worthy of that promotion and you got what it takes. And the thing is, this manager understands, if they promote you, if they elevate you, it makes them look good, because they're the one who's investing in you. They're the one who is growing you within the company. And this is going to look good for them, because then it's going to look good to the higher ups, because it feels like, okay, well, this person was able to create a leader, or like generate a leader within the company. We need this person because they could generate or create more leaders. They're going to help us expand and grow. This manager understands like how it works in the corporate world, not being like a tyrant. Okay, this is what I'm getting here. So this is why like this manager wants to invest in you. They see you as a leader. So how does your manager boss perceives you? How does your, yeah, we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, like emotionally sensitive, like very intelligent. That's one thing that they really like about you, because you have amazing soft skills. This is what I'm getting here with the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. You have amazing soft skills, which is not something that you could really teach at work. This is something that you have to cultivate in yourself, like empathy for other people, like listening skills, okay, communication skills. This is something that you have to cultivate within yourself. You can't really learn that on a job, but you could practice it on the job, okay? And this is what I'm getting here. How does your boss, manager perceive you? Four of Swords, calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Yeah, like that's one thing that they really like about you. That's why they're going to promote you, because this is one of the main thing. Like, being a manager is more than just a title, or like being a leader is more than just like the title. It's really about your character, how you handle like challenging situations. Are you going to spiral or crash out and like act crazy because somebody is like challenging you publicly, right? Like, that's really how you're going to know if somebody is meant to be in a leadership position or not. Like, how do they handle challenges? How do they handle pushbacks? How do they handle being questioned publicly? Like, how do they handle like people not in being in agreement with them? Are they going to lash out and be a tyrant and dominate? You know what I mean? Like, these are the type of stuff that certain people, they don't understand. Like, they're in a leadership position and they believe because they're a leader, they're immune to like, you know, pushbacks or challenges. No, this is when you're going to experience even more pushbacks or more challenges when you are a leader. And you have to think like a leader. You have to think about what is the next step that you're going to do. How are you going to show up for the people that are watching you, because you're setting the example. And I feel like you embody that, my pal number 3, and that's what your manager really likes about you. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Ooh, King of Wands. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, guys. Like, yeah, your manager definitely perceives you as a leader. Very creative. Okay. They view you, they perceive you as somebody who has a really good balance of feminine and masculine energy as well. How does your manager slash boss? Ooh, we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. Yeah, they definitely perceive you as somebody who's resilient. You're always improving. Okay. You're dedicated to growth, transformative. They love that about you, how you handle constructive criticism. That's one thing that they really enjoy, because like they know that you don't take it too hard, you apply it. So let's say for instance they tell you, okay, this is where you need to improve. You're like, you know, this is where your weaknesses are. Like if you work on this and that, that's going to help you like get to the next level. And what they really like, they like the fact that you will implement it and get better, instead of like be getting bitter and being in your feelings. You actually take like the criticism to, and then you become better based of it. Okay, based off what you, the feedback that you got it. Woo, I can't even speak, guys. Like your manager really loves you, and I really love that for you, my power 3. We have the star Aquarius. Your manager perceives you as somebody who's futuristic, and that's the reason why they want to keep you in the team, and they want to like help you grow and keep you in the company. They don't want to lose you as a talent, because they know anybody who is in the right mind and somebody who is wise would invest in you. You are worth the investment with the 10 of Pentacles and with the star. Okay, they view you as somebody who's futuristic. So how does your boss slash manager perceive you? We have, ooh, Ace of Swords. You're definitely the truth. You're authentic. You're a clear communicator. Okay. You operate in clarity, truth, and honesty. That's how they perceive you. How does your boss, manager perceive you? How does your boss slash manager perceive you? We have the Temperance card again. Yeah, calm, cool, and collected under pressure. You're well balanced. That's how they perceive you with the Temperance card. Some of you could be Sagittarius, Scorpio, Cuspers. Don't have to be. We have Sagittarius, we have Scorpio, Aquarius, and we have Aries. Okay, so how does your manager slash boss perceives you? Yo, the 10 of Pentacles wanted to come out. How does your boss slash manager perceives you? Just one card, please, Spirit. Ooh, 6 of Wands, guys. I'm telling you, your boss, they think highly of you. Okay. And if this is not like, if you feel like this does not resonate, or like your boss, you and your boss don't have a really good connection, or you don't feel like respected by your boss, this is not your pal, because this is like really somebody who genuinely supports you, somebody who genuinely cares about you and cares about your growth and want to see you level up, because they put you on a pedestal with the 6 of Wands. How does your boss slash manager? We have the 10 of Wands again. Like they definitely perceive you as somebody who could shoulder great responsibilities here. Like they definitely perceive you as a hard worker, and that's why they feel like, no, like you deserve the compensation and the title that comes with it. Like they don't want to exploit you. Okay, so how does your manager slash boss perceive you? Just one card, please, Spirit. We have the 10 of Cups. Yeah. They definitely perceive you as somebody who brings a lot of joy within the workplace. Like you're a great addition, because we have the 3 of Cups. That tells me that, like, you know, people enjoy working with you. Like I said, cross collaboration. You're very collaborative. You work well with other people. You engage well with the team, even with the clients, the stakeholders. Like you know how to handle difficult, challenging customers and clients, but you do so with grace. You do so with ease. I'm gonna like, you may have like a really good NPS scores. Okay. If you know what NPS is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You will probably have like 9 and 10s. Okay. Like all the time, the clients are always satisfied with you. So how does your manager slash boss perceives you? We have the 2 of Swords. Okay. Yeah. They're about to make a decision with the 2 of Swords. That's what I'm getting here. Yeah, they definitely perceive you as somebody who's unbothered by like drama. You don't get caught up in office gossip, and they really enjoy that about you. Like you're not into the mess or gossipy type of energy, okay? They love that you operate out of with integrity. So how does your boss slash manager perceives you? Ooh, I just seen the the Empress wanted to come out. I seen the Queen of the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. How does your boss slash manager? Ooh, we have the Sun. Leo energy. They see you as somebody who is positive, somebody who is vibrant, somebody who is creative. And you see, we have all the fire signs. So you're very fiery, driven. And we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So, you have a lot of fire in you. You have a lot of drive and you're passionate. You're driven, and they really love that about you. Okay. So, how does your boss slash manager perceives you? Ooh, we have the High Priestess, Cancer energy. So we have three cardinal signs, no, two cardinal signs, two fixed signs, and one mutable signs. Okay, so you have this versatility about you, but with the High Priestess, how your manager, your boss perceives you, they perceive you as somebody who's very in tune with your environment, very intuitive, highly emotionally receptive. They definitely perceive you as mystical or magical. They know that, like, let's say if you are a tarot reader with the High Priestess, they know that you're into spirituality. Like your boss knows that. Like they know there's something about you that's like mystical and magical. They may, even if they're not into spirituality, they know that something about you is like out of this world. Okay. How does your boss slash manager perceive you? We have the Justice card. It came out in reverse, but I'm not being called to take it in reverse, okay? So with the Justice card, I'm getting like you have integrity, you do the right thing, okay? You're somebody who has a very great code of ethics with the Justice card. You're fair in your dealing and you're diplomatic. How does your boss slash manager perceives you? How does your boss? Ooh, we have the Lovers. So we have all the fire signs and all the air signs here. So maybe like you have air and fire in your chart, and maybe you have like the opposite. So let's say like you have Gemini sun, Sagittarius moon, or vice versa, or like Leo sun and then Aquarius moon, or like Libra sun and then Aries moon or something like that. That's what I'm getting here for some of you, okay? But with the Lovers, you're definitely in alignment, like your values are in alignment. That's how they perceive you. That's why they feel like you would be a great leader, because you operate out of integrity and your values are in alignment with the company's value as well. How you conduct yourself is the way that they would want their leaders to conduct themselves with client engagement and cross functional team engagement. They really love that about you. Okay. So that's all I have for you, my pal number 3. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number 3.